Did you know that you only have 2.7 seconds to capture someone's attention when they are scrolling the feed on social media? That is not a lot of time, right? So that means that the image you've chosen for your post must be show-stopping. And once you have your audience's attention with that image, your caption is now left to do the heavy lifting. And you have about 2 lines to make an impact depending on which social media platform you're using. Honestly, you probably have less than that. Try 7 words. That's not a lot, making it super important for you to learn how to create strong social media caption hooks so your audience keeps reading. Well, that's what we're talking about today. Episode 162 starts right now. Hey there, welcome to the Lora Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with the show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit lorashipman.com. That's LORA shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am glad you're here with me today because I really want to address something that's super important. We have always been told we need to have these show-stopping, captivating images, especially on Instagram, in order to gain the attention of our audience, right? Well, once we have that picture in place, there is something else that needs to do the work, and that's your caption. So yes, number 1, your picture is super important, but your caption becomes even more important because now your job is to get them to read your post. And I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to create captivating captions for your social media posts. And I think it's really confusing for people. So I'm going to break it down for you and I'm going to give you some ideas about how you can really do a good job of this. Let's just dive right into it. So you have, like I said in the beginning of this episode, you have 7 words to grab somebody's attention. You've got to use those words wisely. The 7 words you choose will mean the difference between someone tapping on the read more option and investing time with your post or just scrolling by. When you start looking at your content and your audience through this lens of 7 words, you are going to begin making major changes in your content, and it is going to be a lot better than it was before. So going back to what I just said, it truly is an investment of time when someone elects to read your posts. Think about it. Time is the one commodity they can never get back. Once somebody spends that time with you, it's spent, like it's gone, right? There's no refund on time out there. So do yourself a favor. Don't waste your audience's time or your time by creating content that's frankly below average. It won't do anyone any good. You're not going to grow your account with below average content, and you're not going to gain customers and clients that way either. Instead, what I'd rather see you do is create fewer posts, but put your energy into learning how you can create higher value, more meaningful content that truly helps people and attracts your tribe. Now, I know that sounds all well and good, and you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, but how do I do that? I thought I was making good content or really great content, but I'm just not getting the results I'd like to see. Well, I'm going to share with you 4 ways that you can create better content that captivates your audience's attention. And the first type of content you are going to create or you're going to play around with is what I call FOMO content. And that is fear of missing out. So that you have to ask yourself this question. Do the 7 words you are using make your reader curious about what they might be missing out on if they don't hit that read more section, right? So some of the concepts that you can think about or phrases that you might want to start playing with to create and build FOMO are things like this: the real secret to, and then fill in the blank for your industry. Or the biggest mistake business owners make when, and if you don't work with business owners, maybe it's like customers or consumers, like fill in the blank, make it work for your business. So the biggest mistakes blank make when, and then you fill in the blank after that. The third one is what no one tells you about. And that's that cliffhanger. Somebody wants to know. Like if you are in the health and wellness industry, you can say what no one tells you about the health and wellness industry. Well, I want to know what that is. See, it's getting that fear of missing out. If I don't get that information, I'm going to be missing out on something super big. My last FOMO example is this: telling people to stop doing something if they want a favorable result. So let's pretend that you are an esthetician and you're in the skincare industry. So you might say, stop doing this if you want smoother skin, or stop doing this if you want clearer skin. Or if you're in the exercise field, you might say, stop doing this if you want a flatter stomach. Whatever it is, make sure there's a benefit there or a pain point there that someone can get relief of if they keep reading. And that's what you want to do. You want them to have that fear of missing out. They're going to miss out if they don't continue reading. Okay, the second type of post that you want to concentrate on is what I call the benefit post, or what's in it for them. Give your audience a reason to read your content. So by the end of the post, when they read it, what can they expect to gain or win from reading the post? So you want to give that little boost up front. Like, this is what you will get, or you will gain, or you will benefit from by reading this post today. So really choose your words carefully and make sure there is a positive outcome for your audience. The next post category is my absolute favorite. I'm a total sucker for it, and it wins me over every single time. And that is the quick wins and transformation type posts. I just can't get enough of them. So when someone lays out a plan or steps, a guide, or even if they answer or come up with the solution to a problem, or there's some tips or tricks or shortcuts, I know I'm going to get a quick win from that, or I'm going to see a quick transformation because of these things that they're giving me. I am a fan of that account for life. So figure out how you can do that for your audience. How can you make them win at whatever they're struggling with? And I'm telling you, if you can make that happen for them, they're lifers. You're going to have these people in your tribe forever. The last post category I have for you today is asking a compelling question. So thought-provoking questions are a great way to pique someone's curiosity. And here's how it works. So when presented with a challenging question that causes them to kind of pause and wonder how they would answer the question or resolve the issue, they can't help but continue to read to see how you, the author, resolve the situation, and then to see if they were on the right track. Like they're doing a little check-in and they're seeing, oh, yes, we're on the same wavelength. I've got this. And it's just a really great way to get some positive reinforcement going and getting your audience to feel really good about themselves. Okay, so here's some examples of what that would look like. Number 1 would be, how would you respond if, and then you fill in the blank. Number 2 would be, did I make the right decision when I, and then you fill in the blank. Or number 3 would be, where did I make my mistake when I, and then the last one would be, why did this happen if, and then fill in the blanks, and then go on with your story. And again, that just pulls the reader in and they can't help but continue to read. Now, the one thing that's important when you do all 4 of these different types of posts is make sure at the end that you have a strong call to action. You can't just leave them hanging there, right? You can't have them go through the exercise of reading and then leave them with a cliffhanger like, well, now what? That was anticlimactic, right? So instead, have them take action. Go ahead and invite them to do something. Invite them to ask you a question in the DMs. Ask them to share this if it really resonated with them. Somebody else might benefit from the same post. Ask them to go to your website. Whatever that call to action is, just don't forget to put it in there because it's really super important. You want people to take action because that continues the relationship. Okay, so I just have some final thoughts about creating captivating content like this. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort, and I get that. So what I would like to see you do is if you're doing a lot of quantity, like you're putting out a ton of posts a week, you might want to scale back on that. Really take a critical eye and look at what those posts are saying, what they're doing, and how they're performing, and then spend your time and energy on creating posts from these 4 categories. And at first, when you're developing these types of posts, you're going to notice it takes you a long time, and that's okay because you're developing a muscle. And as you develop this muscle, it's going to take you less and less time to create these posts because you've put the practice in to learn how to do it correctly. Okay, so here's some advice. Just go ahead and test some various types of caption hooks to see which ones resonate with your audience, which ones make sense to them. And the best way to tell if your caption hooks are working is to take a look at your insights. Dive into the comments, look and see how many shares you're getting, how many saves you're getting. And that will help you determine where you need to spend the most of your time when you're creating these types of posts. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions about this, definitely put them in the comment section. I would love to answer them for you. This is, again, it's a skill that you need to develop over time, but with practice, it'll become easier and easier. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay social. See you next time. Hey there, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me here today. I know your time is super valuable, which is why I am dedicated to providing lots of usable, actionable information in the shortest amount of time possible. Before you go, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. And if you have ideas or topics you would like me to cover in an upcoming show, let me know about it in the comment section provided.